Alrighty, welcome back. Um, as you can see, a few things have been done between the videos. Mostly just planning, but I finished off the work priorities here as well, so that everyone should be doing a particular job when they need to. I also set up plans for we're probably going to build our initial walls. I decided that if we that we'll maybe expand into this area rather than just try and bite off more than we can chew to start with. I put a dumping zone for corpses. Set up this little chunk here. I'm going to turn it into a barn for our muffalo. And then I set out some floor plans here. We're going to dig a little bit into the mountain to like kind of even out the interior here. And then this I plan to be a very large walk-in freezer, kitchen, common area, and then over here we're going to have a stone dumping area and a rock crafting and sculpturing sort of deal for art. And then, well, once we get that kind of figured out, that's when I'll maybe we'll start making plans for a living space for different rooms and stuff. Build an early laboratory for researching, and carry on from there. So here we are. I'm just gonna start this timer here, so this video might be a little bit longer, but not much. Alright, so we'll unpause it. Zeke, it's actually just towards morning now. Zeke is the first one up. He has ditched the hood. In fact, everyone has. Oh, there he goes. Once he goes outside, puts up the hood. Okay, cool. I didn't know you could actually like take it off and on like that. That's kind of awesome. Makes sense too. So if we're gonna have a walk-in freezer, that also means we're gonna need power for it. Now we do have the steam vent right here, but we don't have the research to do it. So instead, we're gonna have to rely on wind and solar. So I need to go to power. We're going to build a wind turbine right here. And we're going to build a couple, let's see the shadows right there. We're going to build a couple solar panels. Once those are built, we will connect them, and then we'll have to set up a battery room. But kitchen kind of is a priority, so we'll set that to be mine right now. Baron's busy cutting plants. I want to see what everything's at for mining. 3 people. Zeke, we're going to put you on mining as well. We're going to put it as a 2 priority. So we will have torches, but hopefully not for too long. Jay is sleeping in, so am I apparently. Once we can get the walk-in freezer, and hopefully this will be big enough, I mean we can expand it out this way, put in some more actual coolers if we need to, but this should be fairly large for our colony size. I want to be fairly discerning in new members we take in. When you only have like 1, 2, or 3 startup colonists, you're kind of willing to take whatever comes along, but I think with the skill set we have for everyone, and the fact that we have enough people, we can actually be kind of picky. So we're just gonna get this set up freezer wise, because then, like, you know, if we can kind of figure out how much food we have coming in, the freezer stops all spoilage. Then if we get a little bit of a surplus, then we can start, you know, either taming more animals or bringing in more people, but we can then we know that our food sources are sort of taken care of. Jay is busy mining away. I do want to kind of have. We're gonna set up a stone cutter's table. I was planning on just waiting until we set up this, but we're gonna get quite a bit of stone from here, and I wanna start building a stone wall fairly early on so that we don't have to worry about replacing it later. So we'll set that up here. I guess technically we are outside right now, aren't we? Oh well, I won't be for too long. Okay, so solar generator up. Wind turbine just needs a little bit more, and so does this one, and they'll be up. We might not have a battery room to start off. We might just set up some lights and just kind of have some haphazard stuff set up. I'm thinking of maybe, I don't know, might slap it onto the outside of the keep here. But that, I mean, the jet power generators are already going to be vulnerable in comparison to the keep. I should almost set it inside somewhere. Keltoy busy building our giant windmill. Zeke, Stu, and myself out planting and cutting, getting the crops all set up. Bird's carrying lumber around for work to be done. Jim Jam's up here clearing out the barn. Oh, update news. Interesting. Nice. Oh, that's good. See, Zeke there is getting his sleep interrupted by Vern moving this wood around. Kinda sucks. What can you do? One more whack from Jim. There we go. So I'm not going to worry too much about how fancy the walls look here, seeing as it is a barn. We are going to roof that in though, like so. Calco is going to do that. So now our muffaloes have a nice little place to sleep. Eventually I'll slap down a storage area once we have actual hay grass to put in it. Jim Jam's hard at work here. Right, so the way a lot of the crafting works here is you set up bills, and then the AI works on how that goes about doing and building it. We're gonna go with any stone block. We want to have, we want to do until we have X. X being, I'm gonna go 500. So that's any, pause when satisfied, and then pick it back up again at 200. If there is somehow less than 200. That should keep us going for a while, stone wise. We're also gonna maybe put a little bit of bench there. I mean, all this is all going to get moved into here once we have that, but for now, I'm not sure who's going to hop onto that. I think it will be Jim because he's our primary craftsman, but we'll see. You might find maybe he has mining set up higher. He does. We do have other people set to craft. Have to see. Stu and Zeke are kind of getting the short end of the stick when it comes to sleep right now. I'm gonna have Jim prioritize cutting stone. So you can take kind of more direct control of people, but you kind of want to set it up so that the AI actually does have it set up so that you don't have to worry about it. If you're having to control the people individually, it's kind of you obviously don't have things set up like you need to. It's not something you want to be doing regularly. That actually is clearing out the plans that I have built. So, just got to keep like that so that we remember how kind of the parameters that we want to build for this. Okay, we've got some sandstone brick. Now we can start. I'll wait till he finishes that chunk. Have a little bit of frame rate issue there. Never had that before. Probably because I'm recording and have a couple windows open at the same time. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing. Jim, that is not how I did your hair, but that's kind of awesome. At least I didn't think your hair was like that. Okay, Protoceratops. There we go. Seems mostly when I zoom in, actually. Get in on the detail, I guess. Might have to turn down some settings. But yeah, so they're happily trucking away, getting stuff built in. We've got Zeke, Stu, and Zarentech up here planting. I see most of the hay grass is in. The potatoes are all ready to go. Zeke's working hard on the rice finally. He gave up, I guess, on the smoke leaf. Stu's putting in the heel root. So that'll be nice when that's all set up. Once that's kind of plugged and growing, we'll kind of work on clearing out in here so that it's easier to move around. Because you do want to clear off grass and smooth out dirt and rock and such to make it easier to move around. Keep these plans up so I don't forget what we want to do there. Kind of sucks right now because it's throwing, now that there's a gaping hole in the keep, as it were, everyone's technically sleeping outdoors and work is being done outdoors, so it's slowed down. So that sucks, but once we get this dug out to the edge here, I can throw up the mountain, or throw up the wall. I should have enough bricks cut up by that time by Jim Jam, and we'll be able to block all that up again. I'm just going to select all those, make sure there's clicked for being hauled away. I don't actually have a dumping site for chunks. That's what actually this area here is going to be for. So they'll bring, as we mine, they'll bring the chunks, dump them in here. I'll have a stonecutter table put in here and a sculptor table there. They'll take the chunks, work on them, put them in the main area here for use. Sculptor will, I guess, grab bricks and stuff to work on building his stuff. And yes, we do want a sculptor. Art is kind of important. One, it brings in quite a bit of money. Like once you get someone decently making art, sculptures and stuff sell for a decent amount of cash, and it's an easy way to turn simple materials like wood and stone into quite a bit of money. Also, setting up art increases the beauty rating of areas, which makes your people happy and impresses guests and visitors and stuff like that. So. And it's kind of like they make some funny things, like they do actually make art to commemorate certain events. So like I've had people make sculptures for when like other characters have snapped on drug binges and stuff like that, so we'll have to see what all gets made that way. It's getting dark, so we're into night 2. Night 2, and we got a decent. We've got our rice planted, we got potatoes planted, a decent amount of heel root planted. We've got a barn for our animals. I don't know why Desiree is sleeping out here. Maybe there's. Oh right, we did get another animal. Okay, so we can fix that. Put in a few preemptive ones for any future tamed animals as well. It's just nicer for them to sleep indoors, and then if they get injured, they have a place to go and lay down. And your doctor character, so that will be me, also doubles up as a vet. He'll be able to go and treat them with heel root and such. It's turning the night here. Jim's busily trucking away, building lots of brick. We've got lots of sandstone there, so I'm maybe actually going to throw up the first of the walls like that. We probably won't set up the walk-in freezer until I do have a battery room, just because it's a constant drain, and so like with renewable energy like this, we don't actually have a constant power source. Once we get the steam generator up, we do. It's just a constant stream of power, and quite a bit of it. And then having that supplemented with solar and the like, you have a decent source of power then, no doubt. So it's kind of good that we have one built in here. I'm trying to build up the power all kind of together so that we kind of have an area. If I really feel the need to, we could maybe wall it off. Generators are often a target for raiders because so much steel and component goes into their production. Stu and Zeke out in the dark, planting and cutting down wood and doing everything in the dark. Got most of the corn planted. Corn takes some of the longest to grow. Yeah, 50 days. Hopefully we get it grown in time. We'll have to get some different fertilizers up. 50 days. Oh, maybe that's just telling me what the growing period in general is. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think it's saying how long it actually takes to grow. Because now that I think about it, that's a long time to grow a patch of corn. Kind of surprised Jim Jerem's still up cutting down these rocks. I would have thought he would have crashed by now. Looks like we're getting a lot of sandstone, so we're going to start off with a little bit of reddish tint, I guess, to our external stuff. Hopefully we'll dig into some slate for the black. Marble is nice too as white. Oh, Stu and Zeke getting the smoke leaf rolling again. That's alright, I think it takes a decent amount of time to grow. Hopefully this is enough. I'm pretty sure it is, but I normally don't start off with 7 characters, so I'm hoping this is enough. I want to get this freezer and such built, so I have it kind of prioritized right now, so that if it's not enough, we can hunt. Nice thing about having dinosaurs and megafaunus is that if we need to, we can send out a hunting party. Oh, what's this? Steel. Okay, I'll take that. We can send out a hunting party to take down something big, like a Brachiosaurus or one of those mega sloths, or some of these guys even. They look decent sized. How much meat? Yeah, see 140 meat from them. Kill one, bring it back, butcher it up, and you get all of a sudden a whack load of hide and meat, and then you can kind of stay cloistered in, stay safe. Jim's still going at it hard. Where's your rest at? I'm getting low, bud. I'm dressed like an insane person. Oh, you actually have a... There's the alarm for 20 minutes. So I think that might be what all I do for today. We'll see what we do for getting some more videos. I might record more and just worry about getting them kind of cut and edited for playing a little bit later. But yeah, so we're coming in on the next day, these 20-minute kind of things. Oh, Jim's starving. Do we not have food? I guess I gotta... There we go. But yeah, we'll see about how quickly I release these. The more you guys talk about it, the more I probably will be prompted to make more. If you're having ideas, you know, maybe you don't like the idea of living inside the mountain. You know, I can maybe try and build a little bit of a barracks around the walls here and into this kind of area. So like, I might have like some of us be the mad scientist and some of us be the soldiers that I'm experimenting on. I'll get you bionics and stuff prioritized, and I'll have you live here on the outside. And then, depending on what you kind of do, we can segment it up, or, you know, well, there's lots of different fun things that we can do. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see how far we can take it. But yeah, feel free to talk about it, throw up some polls, whatever. I don't care. Like, I'm always kind of up for a little bit of you know, a little bit of influence from you guys as to what we do here. I can always play other games by myself. And yeah, we'll leave her at that. Talk to you guys later.